Hi, and welcome to this guided meditation session. Today we will use mindfulness and visualization to help us break our food addictions. Let's begin by finding a comfortable sitting position. Using a chair is perfectly fine, or you can lie down. Find a way to lengthen your spine, soften your neck, release your jaw, and release your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Take a deep breath in and gently close your eyes. Bring attention to your breath. Breathe in and release. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathing in, imagine filling your lungs with a beautiful healing light, any color of your choice. And when you breathe out, imagine breathing out any tension in your body. Every time you breathe out, your body becomes more relaxed, and more tension is released. Now that you're settled, I want you to bring your mind to the last time you ate something unhealthy. The last time you ate something you feel guilty about, you didn't want to eat, but you ate it. Maybe out of habit, maybe because you were hungry, maybe because you were bored. Whatever the reason, think of the last thing you ate that you didn't want to eat. I want you to bring to your awareness right now and see how your body reacts. What kind of emotions get triggered when you think about the food that you don't want to eat? How does it feel in your body? Maybe you tighten up, or your body starts to get a bit restless. Take a deep breath in and see if you can stay present and aware with the image, and simply notice without any judgment or any reaction. Use your breath to anchor yourself in the present moment. Stay present. We are just becoming aware of what we don't want to do anymore. I have a question. What would happen if you stopped eating things that you don't want to eat anymore? What would happen if you stopped binging or overeating or giving in to cravings? What would it take for you to do that? What would have to happen? Maybe you would just not be hungry? Would you just have to not be hungry? Would you have to reach out to a friend in times of wanting to binge? Would you have to make sure that there's an abundance of healthy foods for when you are hungry? If there's an abundance of healthy foods in your house and you ate those, would you feel guilty for eating them? Would you have to throw away the food that tempts you? What would have to happen for you to stop this unwanted behavior that's self-sabotaging your life? I want you to visualize right now taking that first step. I want you to visualize doing something that could help you no longer have a food addiction. Do you see yourself doing that? Can you see yourself doing that? Good. Now, I want you to visualize choosing a positive habit instead of this negative one. What could you do when you're about to binge? Could you go for a walk? Could you do meditation? Could you put on this meditation? What's a positive habit that you want to cultivate? What could you do that you love doing and you lose track of time doing it, and you love it almost as much as you love to engage in your food addiction? What makes you feel really, really good, but has nothing to do with food? Do you like to draw? Do you love to sing? Do you love to dance? Do you want to start playing an instrument? You see, our food addiction has nothing to do with the food. I learned this because 13 years ago, I broke my food addiction because I realized it wasn't about the food. I had nothing in my life that was bringing me happiness besides food. So I had to start cultivating things that I also loved, absolutely loved to do. And I had to start doing them. And when I started doing them, I stopped needing food to make me happy. Food is a necessary part of life, but it's absolutely not supposed to destroy your health, your body, your confidence, your self-esteem. Food is fuel. There should be no emotional attachment to it. So now we are going to learn how to release this guilt, this sadness, this depression around food. Let's jump to the future and let's visualize all the positive effects and all the potential that breaking your food addiction will bring into your life. How would your life look like in a few months if you consistently consumed healthy food and you exercised and you no longer had a food addiction? How would you look 6 months from now? A year from now? What would be some of the benefits? What are some things that you could look forward to if you broke this addiction? If you got these foods out of your house, out of your life? If you made the effort and prioritized getting fresh fruit and vegetables into your house, learning new recipes, and doing things that make you happy when you feel like binging? How would you feel in a year from now? What would you look like? How would you look in clothing? How would you look on the beach? How would you look naked? How would it impact your life, your relationship, your confidence? I want you to take a moment to visualize that future where your best self is showing up, and imagine what you could achieve. If you loved yourself and had confidence and trusted yourself, think about all the things that you could accomplish. If you weren't so busy hating your body and feeling guilty for what you've eaten. You have the willpower to do anything you set your mind to. You have an infinite source of self-discipline within. Your mind is clear and focused. You are about to achieve incredible things. It's actually very simple to break your food addiction. It's not easy, but it's simple. And there's two things we need to do. One, we need to have an abundance of fresh, ripe, delicious fruit in the house. Because we're all human, we all need to eat. There's nothing wrong with you if you get hungry. You're a human. We haven't really been taught what to eat, so it's not your fault. There's nothing wrong with you. None of us come with a manual. Our parents didn't know. Their parents didn't know. It's not your fault that you're addicted to addictive substances. Salt, processed sugar, and oil. It's not your fault. But it is your responsibility to do something about it. And by doing this meditation, you are doing something about it. Because right now, your subconscious is changing. And the two things we need to do, having an abundance of fresh, ripe, delicious fruit in the house. And number two, prioritizing and doing things that make us happy. That's how I broke my food addiction. I started doing things that made me feel good, that had nothing to do with food. I started working on videos. I started writing. I started bike riding. I started dancing. I started writing a book. I started editing YouTube videos. Is there something that you could do that makes you happy, that you lose track of time? Maybe gardening. What are you passionate about? Maybe you want to learn an instrument. It's the secret. That's the secret. Those two things. So if you're trying to change, but you want to stay the same, it's not going to work. It is easier than you think, but you've got to get out of your own way. You have what it takes. You have what it takes. If you didn't, you wouldn't be listening to this. When you feel ready, take a deep breath and release. Gently, slowly, open your eyes. realize you're in charge and you can make better decisions starting right now.